Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. If Liam Spencer is really dying on the bold and the beautiful, then according to daytime soap rules, he will need one last night of passion on his deathbed before he checks out. Scott Clifton still hasn't confirmed or denied the rumors that his character is getting killed off. Even for a man on his deathbed, Liam Spencer is in a bit of a dry spell. Not only is he dreadfully single, but he also doesn't have much longer to live if he doesn't change his mind and go to chemotherapy. Soap rumors hinted for months that Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline MacInnes Wood, would share an accidental moment of passion. Emotions are running high for Liam's friends and family, and it's easy to see how they could get caught up in the moment and want to make love one last time. Of course, her husband, Dr. John Finnegan Tanner Novlan, may have some objections. But Steffy's exit is getting closer and closer, and the character is nowhere near Liam Spencer and his deathbed. As a matter of fact, we haven't seen Liam Spencer in a couple weeks, and his cancer storyline seems to have been placed on the back burner for now. Hope Logan Annika Null just got engaged to Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor. But there's going to be trouble in paradise because Daphne is on her way back to Forrester Creations. Liam just professed her love for Hope a couple of months ago. If she wanted to cuddle with her ex-husband on his deathbed, then he isn't going to tell her no. If Carter slips up with Daphne again, Hope will most likely make a beeline to her ex. Last year, Liam had a brief reunion with his other ex-Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, but she's been off the canvas for a while now. Once Liam's cancer battle is public knowledge, Ivy will probably pay him a visit, and one thing could lead to another. Technically, she is the last woman that he was involved with in Los Angeles. Do you think Liam Spencer deserves one last love before he checks out? Who do you think the lucky lady will be? In a shocking twist that only the bold and the beautiful could deliver, Liam Spencer found himself in a life-or-death situation, and somehow, in true soap opera fashion, it led to a scandalous hookup that will leave viewers stunned for months to come. It all began with a car crash. Liam, tormented and emotionally wrecked over Hope Logan's latest confession, her lingering feelings for Thomas, left Forrester Creations in a fit of rage. Distraught, he got behind the wheel during a torrential LA storm. Visibility was low, and his mind even foggier. As thunder cracked above the Hollywood Hills, Liam's car skidded off Mulholland Drive and plunged into a ditch. By the time help arrived, Liam was unconscious and barely clinging to life. At University Hospital, his body was battered and bruised, ribs cracked, lungs compromised. The doctors worked tirelessly, and Steffy, Hope, and even Thomas stood vigil outside his room. But as Liam drifted in and out of consciousness, the lines between love, desperation, and vulnerability blurred. The twist? It wasn't Hope or Steffy who was at Liam's bedside when he whispered that he didn't want to die alone. It was Ivy Forrester, his ex-lover, recently back from Australia. Ivy had returned to LA under the guise of revamping the jewelry line at Forrester Creations, but her real motivation was far more personal. She hadn't forgotten Liam. In fact, she'd never stopped loving him. When she heard about the accident, something snapped inside her. She rushed to the hospital, and somehow, either by fate or poor hospital security, she ended up alone with him while he lay unconscious. When Liam awoke, his vision blurry, he called out a name. Not Hope, not Steffy, but Ivy. And just like that, old feelings surged. Over the next few days, Ivy rarely left Liam's side. She brought him tea, read him poetry, even played old songs they used to share. Their connection reignited like dry kindling catching fire. Ivy reminded him of a simpler time, before the endless triangle between him, Hope, and Steffy. Her presence calmed his storm. One night, after a heavy dose of painkillers and raw emotion, Liam opened up. "I don't think they ever loved me the way I loved them," he muttered. Ivy brushed the hair from his forehead. "Maybe you just gave your love to the wrong women." That line, simple and sultry, cracked Liam wide open. He reached for her hand, and she didn't pull away. One tearful kiss turned into two. Before long, emotion gave way to passion, and the two shared an intimate, tender night together, right there in the sterile hospital bed. The next morning, Liam awoke sober from medication but emotionally conflicted. Guilt, confusion, and a strange sense of peace washed over him. Ivy was already dressed, sitting quietly by the window, staring at the sunrise. "I don't regret it," she said softly, "but you need to decide if you do." Outside the door, a storm was brewing, metaphorically this time. Hope arrived early, carrying flowers and a heart full of remorse. She wanted to tell Liam she'd ended things with Thomas once and for all. But before she could enter, she overheard nurses whispering about a visitor who'd spent the night. Hope opened the door just in time to see Ivy adjusting Liam's sheets. Her eyes narrowed. "What's going on here?" Ivy didn't flinch. "We were just talking," but Hope saw the truth in Liam's face. The guilt, the hesitation. She knew that look. He had crossed a line. Meanwhile, Steffi got wind of the rumors from Thomas, who had intercepted Ivy at Forrester Creations that morning. Unlike Hope, Steffi's reaction wasn't betrayal, it was fury. She'd always seen Ivy as a rival, someone who lurked in the shadows. But now, she saw her as a threat. By the end of the week, the hospital was no longer a sanctuary, but a battleground. Hope accused Ivy of emotional manipulation. Steffi called Liam a coward for seeking comfort in someone else, and Ivy? She refused to apologize. "I gave him love when all you two gave him was conflict," Ivy spat. "Maybe I was what he needed all along." The fallout was immediate and brutal. Hope stormed off and vowed never to trust Liam again. Steffi, heartbroken yet oddly indifferent, seemed to finally close the Liam chapter of her life. But the real twist came when Liam was discharged and returned home, only to find Ivy had left town. Again. She left behind a letter. "I came to see if there was anything left between us. I found that there was, but I also realized that your heart still belongs to chaos. I can't live in a love triangle. I want a full heart, Liam, not one divided into thirds." That letter shook Liam more than any car crash ever could. Because deep down, he knew she was right. For years, he had bounced between two women, never truly deciding, always letting fate or manipulation choose for him. Ivy offered him a chance at something real, but he missed it chasing what was familiar. So where does this leave Liam Spencer? Recovering? Yes. Regretful? Absolutely. But more importantly, alone for once in his life. The soap universe, of course, never stays still for long. Rumors are already swirling that Ivy's return is only part one of a larger arc. Will she come back with a secret? Could there be consequences to that night in the hospital bed? A pregnancy? A scandal? Only time and the writers of The Bold and the Beautiful will tell. Want to explore what happens if Ivy returns with Liam's child? Here's a wild story continuation. Or if you're curious how Hope might take revenge, try this dramatic fallout arc. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.